Again, it's not right.
No.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Now it is okay.
You can record, right? Since this is only introduction. Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about Rewire Education Talks. My name is Usha. I'm a software engineer working with one of the government organization. And today we are going to discuss about the future education, how it's going to be, and in this pandemic, what went for the education. And here with me, my panel from education background, the principal and some students who are pursuing their education yet. Okay, let other people introduce themselves. Here, Mrs. Rama Devi. Rama, can you please start your introduction?
Hi, Namaste. This is Rama Devi, working as a Springboard principal in India. So today I'm very happy to take a part in this Revive Talks.
Thank you, Rama. Akhil.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all. My name is Akhil, and I'm pursuing my civils in Delhi. And I'm very looking forward to for this opportunity to express my views on how education will be and talk about the future education. Thank you.
Thank you, Akhil. Bharat.
Good evening, everyone. I myself, Bharat Reddy, pursuing third MACS degree, uh, and I am ready to in interesting about education, how the Revive Talks is going to be change the world.
That's great, Bharat. Welcome all of you. The main agenda for this session, the Revire Education Talks. This is one of the event started in Middle East, which the main agenda of this event, they wanted to just capture opinions about the future education um, from students, from teachers, from professionals, parents across. So I request all of you to give your true opinions, and you are free to talk about your opinions, and we will start like kind of questionnaire kind, then that will be easy for us to go through one kind of chain manners. Otherwise it goes like different outside the topic. We have like 45 minutes of time, and it's up to you guys how you will pass on your questions. And first of all, to talk about the purpose of the education, as we all know, since we are from India, we wanted to just introduce a little bit of our language, which is what we call in our India Vidya. Vidya is nothing but education in English. So one of the gift to anyone in the life is providing education. That is what we believe more in. That's what we thought about it. And here let's jump into our topic. Probably Mrs. Rama can answer for this question, and further we will pass on to our students here. Ms. Rama, what do you think is the true purpose of the role of education in the society?
Yeah, thank you, Usha, for giving me this opportunity to share my views through Rewired. The real purpose of education. What do I feel and my experience, what it's taught is education is ultimate making every citizen into a responsible citizen to the society. Every person should be educated. Education is not only in the textbooks, it is also we can learn from our experiences and in our social life we can learn. But the real education, the end of our education is completely of our character and giving values to the life and teaching morality and humanity and ethics. This is the ultimate of our education. And the real purpose to earn today, according to the contemporary world, competitive world and contemporary issues, if we take into consideration, the ultimate aim of education is earning, that we should accept.
Yeah,
And that
basically getting knowledge.
knowledge, and that knowledge should be utilized a person to be responsible and to survive by himself, and he has to look after his family. Earning also is one of the main source of our education.
Mhm.
Another point, education should teach ethically development in the person, not like studying through the only textbooks. Educating a what I believe is educating a mind is educating beyond education. I believe that
Mm.
it's not a textbook.
Mm.
Beyond education, we have to educate every person.
True.
We have to work not from the textbooks, but from our culture. See, in olden days, also should go to Kerala and he has to study there. He should come up from the bottom of his life. He has to see every step, how a person grows up, how he born, next step, what is the next step, and like that from Gurukulas to the university level we came.
Yes.
Yeah, this is I mean, what to say, paradigm. It's a streamline.
Mhm.
So in this streamline, a person grows with all the values of his family background, society background,
Mm.
and he belongs to. That impact will be more.
Okay. So you
And
mean,
also, yeah,
yeah,
like,
basically you mean education is a knowledge. It's not only just a textbook based thing. It's in our morals, ethics, and values. Everywhere you can educate. If the educated person can lead himself or herself or lead the society around them, that's what your
I
idea about the education. That's really great, Rama. Akhil or Bharat, would you like to add something on it?
Yeah, I would like to add that education from beginning of the this world, like it is changing its purpose from centuries. Like at first we used for education to make people from illiterate to literate, and later on the education is used for getting jobs, employment. For that purpose we are educating the people. Right now we are educating people to create jobs, to make students as entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
because the purpose of education, like we go through the centuries, it will change according to the modernization that we are going through, and according to the human, uh, I mean, human aspects of how we are going through the society. So the purpose of education will be continuously changing on, and it's always a dynamic thing. So the students and who want to study also, they have to go according to the dynamics of how the education is changing. So this is my view
Okay,
on the
that's
purpose of
great.
education.
That's great, Akhil. Really, yes. In current society, the dynamic changes which are coming. It's not only in other things, in education also. If we notice the current pandemic, really, it's really a dynamic, a big dynamic change, right? Where we go to the physical to event completely digitalization. So all students or parents or whoever is part of that education really able to cope up with that, and there is no break to the education what is going on, right? That's really great. Bharat, would you like to add something?
Uh, the only thing I say is that the child must able to unlock the cerebral levels of the brain by him own self.
Yes, that's great. Really, that's great. Since you are young student, you are really given a optimize, what exactly wanted to showcase. That's great, Bharat. Uh, let's move on to the next one. What do you think the current pandemic, the means of the digital world or the technology currently, how it is affected your education cycle, or whether it's added a value or it's given any can service problems. What is your opinion on it?
How do we ensure?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, Usha. According to me, this technology really given a good hope to the education system, as per my knowledge, because everyone should reach their goals in their future. That is the purpose of education. They are coming to the school to learn something, and finally they want to reach their goals. For that, technology introduced due to this pandemic situation, in everyone's hand we can see the gadgets. So this technology previously it was not there. Simply like a what to say, long years from long. If you go to the past, we can see same continuous education was following. But now this pandemic brought a lot of change, which is very optimism. And every teacher is carrying a mobile in her hand, and she changed her methodology. And every child also is attracting and learning, showing some interest to learn through the gadgets. And it is really a full change, which gives a lot of what to say, hope for the coming generation. See, without technology, there is no industry. Without technology, there is no world. Everything is globalized and internet filled world this is. So from the school level, if we provide all these things for a child, definitely is. And when the product, when the outcome, when we are teaching through the online, when the outcome, the child is doing the project work, he himself learning from online and doing, because we will come to know, we can ensure that yeah, the child is following the online class. What section we can expect, and we feel comfort. Okay, we are reaching, and at the same time, everyone should be educated to have these technological gadgets with them. See, government or something should be give some child should have that, because India is around heavy populated country. So in this populated country, maximum people do not have that, they could not afford. They could not afford to buy gadgets. So somewhat this technology should reach the bottom of layer, and then definitely we can expect, we cannot leave any child behind, and we can give more results to give the better citizen to the.
So
I
with
feel.
this, people who are having, I mean, who can afford the gadget or whatever the technological instrument by using. So those people, there is no break for their education or anything, they gone. But the other people, since as you said, India is a huge population, and just let's talk only at the place where we came from, all of us. We are from a different state in Andhra Pradesh, where our literacy is compared to other states is little less. But this one, this pandemic is impacted on that literacy rate. What I feel is because due to the lack of technology, lack of the gadgets or the capacity of buying those gadgets to the children. But other than this technologies, being a principal, what the other channels you used to continue your education to your children? What kind of methods you used it?
Yeah, in our school, we first introduced gadgets. First one, those who do not have gadgets, there is no possibility one to one to go to the child, or the child cannot come to the school.
Yes.
We offered free channels, like in television is a common object in everyone's home.
Oh, that's great.
Launched one channel for them in television, and also YouTube. Every mobile has a YouTube. Okay, that we provided for a child. And those who have gadgets, we offered a special app for them. But app directly textbook will be taught, and other than that, we use television the more. I mean, to go radio also we planned, but it didn't work. So I can tell that television is the
So which
first.
means many of the parents who can't afford their devices also, they continued their education by using different channel which provided by you. That's great. Akhil, what do you think the gadgets or the technology, what since you are already completed your graduation and you are into next level to jump into your career, but what do you think And what is your opinion on this technology giving to engage at the age of KG, I mean 5, the age of 5 or 4? Do you think that that child can grasp that much by using the technology, the education, or they are taking that as just a playing item and there and then taking and leaving the things? What do you think on it?
Steve, according to me, for every action we take, there is two things: one positive and negative. Negative. The main thing is how we use it.
Mhm.
Now, technology is growing day by day, but how we are using that matters.
Right.
Like when we see that when there is no cars, when we are going on by walk or by using cycles, when the technology came, the cars were introduced. Everybody thought that car is a very good transportation, so we can go. I mean, we can move around very easily. We can go
Mm,
anywhere
mm,
with less effort. But later on, what happened? Because
mm,
of that car itself, now we are polluting our environment,
mhm,
global warming. There are
mm.
so many disadvantages. Like if
Yes.
we use it for a limited purpose, it has some use. If you extend it limit, it will create a negative impact on the society and environment also. So the technologies also has the same thing. When we have to use it in a limited way, like when you Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, these are the social media sites which at earlier they came, they are like normal thing for everyone to use, but right now everybody is into the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, so it make like uh, it is disturbing the child's mind who are all using, where they are addicted to the it's like an addiction to them. So
Mm,
it is not good. When talking to the students like LKG or UKG from the grade 1, already there is a huge generation gap. Now this generation is like they are of the technology people.
mm,
If you give a child a phone, he will only operate everything and he will only do whatever he want to do.
mm,
So actually, by this, it is impacting two things. Like one is eyesight, and one is mental ability to grasp anything. Like he is onto the virtual world, not to the reality world. He's completely in he is only playing this virtual world, and parents also encouraging that. From my point, because parents are doing the job, they want their work to be done. Because of this COVID, everybody is doing work from home, so they want to continue their job and they have to see their child. So
mm,
what they are doing, they're giving that mobile or any some gadget to the student, and
mhm,
he is utilizing it. And even then, and even more, like now schools and everyone made education online. So
mm.
for that also the screen time of the child was increasing, so that the eye, the major uh, part in our body was affecting more, according to the I mean, by using this technology. so
So
from
we
my point of view so from my point of view, the the limit use of the technology is the best thing. We should not exceed it.
exactly anything is overdose is really harms for that's what your point. I totally agree, Akhil. As the parents or the teachers or whoever it is, what is that required time supposed to use the child? That only they should allow, and they have to monitor because small children, what they know, they really attract to the videos or playing songs and all. This is really affecting the mental ability and the health. Agree, technology is really supported to overcome the pandemic, the continue the education, but at the same time, as Akhil really said, there is negative factors which impacted the health conditions and mentally, physically, everything. So this to be considered in future probably, if this going to continue for the long run. Parents and the teachers or students or brothers, sisters, whoever is handling the small children, to consider exactly what is required and how long that to continue further, bring them into the normal physical activities or physical things, right? Bharat, would you like to add something, or can we continue with some other topic?
Keeping this apart, I like to say that child must explore himself with the present technology.
Mhm,
He must adapt with the competitive world, and the
mhm,
future must be very competitive, and he must be very sharp. You know that no one is considered with this health problems, all those things.
Yeah.
The future generation is looking forward to for the every decade there is a new technology. So no one is considering about the side effects.
Hmm. True.
That's it.
Really, yeah, we have to consider that also each and individual responsibility, that one, right? It's not just a teacher responsibility. It's not just a, the school responsibility. When child is at home, at least the parent or the brothers, sisters around them, it's their individual responsibility to take care of themselves and the others. That's really nice. It's good opinions going on. And let's just conclude with this one. Ms. Rama, what do you think? What is the purpose of the grading in education? Really, this grading system, how it should be measured? What is the impact of that grading system on a child's, I'm not exactly familiar with the wordings of the school, both are considering the grading system, because what I noticed recently, I met some 2-3 students and children when they are talking, when I'm traveling in metro or somewhere around, they are talking about, yeah, I got only B. No, I'm A plus. I was just, but they are really just, I was spent 15 minutes in metro and they're talking and they're really, really very sharp and they're discussing the topics like, hey, metro, this one, how much speed this is going and see the colors, how I can hang it. Then suddenly they got up a topic with, I got A place. No, I got C. Suddenly I saw the upset, the other child who said C, and they stopped. They just sat and sat. They got up. I felt really bad on that. And I felt what it makes big difference for them. This is the age where they gain knowledge. But what do you think this grading system really required and how it supports or how it helps the student or anyone in the life?
Yeah. Usha, grading system actually banned for the primary schools because everyone's IQ level will not be the same because all the 5 fingers are not same,
Right.
right? Should be there. Why I tell you the reason. See, when a child born, everyone will born in the same manner, but the growth will be different because some of them will come from the noble families, some of them will come from the bottom of the families. And their growth and the way of attitude also depends upon the family background. When they come to under one umbrella like school, when they come to one school, same teacher teaches to all the students.
True.
Everyone grasps the same lesson. Everyone will write the same question paper. But the output will come only for few students A grade, few students will get C grade. It is not completely disappointing a child by giving the grades, but showing his level of improvement. It depends upon the age. First impact, grading first impact is a particular 1 to 5 grading level will be one way, 5 to 10 years. How the growth of mind we are measuring. We should measure because the child should grow up and build up his family in future. Right? So for that we should measure how am I growing physically and inner level, how am I growing up. So only the main qualification is grading. And this grading also A plus A, B plus B. What is this is? Few students are good at playing. Few students are good at physical sciences. Just only to show their ability. Yeah, children, you are good at so and so corner.
Okay.
Still, you have another level of your education. That is one point. And encouraging a child. See, you are good at art and craft. So you go in that streamline. You will have a bright future. We are encouraging children in such a way. This is the main purpose in CBSE curriculum. Include all the co-curricular activities. One side sports we will conduct, the other end co-curricular we will provide, the other end we will provide the education. All kind of all-round development we will check in the CBSE schools for every child. A child confidence. Yeah, at least I'm good at one corner. Maybe if I polish this corner, I'll be the best in my future and I can build my career. Confidence we give through the grading for every child. Everyone is not good at all the ends. Everyone have their own skills. Some can cook well, some can eat well, some can prepare well, some can enjoy well. That is all depends upon the child's ability.
So basically grading is a motivation factor, what you mean is, right?
Yeah.
So motivation factor and identify the ability of a child, what they are good at. Interesting. That's great. Move on to Akhil. You already completed your graduation and you are moving into your career. Okay.
Yes.
What if there were no jobs in the market? And what should we do? What should we educate for? I mean, what is the education is grabbed by you? What is the use of that? If there is no job in the market at all, and what are you going to do? I mean, do you think this education, what you acquired is waste, useless?
Right now, this pandemic taught us so many things. Like one thing, the job which you are doing is not permanent. Whether it is private or it's government, the jobs are not permanent,
Mhm.
because we have seen so many people who are jobless because of this pandemic, and they all are like helpless right now. What they want to do? Some people like went that some people are doing like selling vegetables. Some people are doing some other things. Like the what they studied and what they are doing right now, it's not. I mean, not up to the mark.
Mhm.
So if there is no jobs, then we have to create jobs. Our education we should use for the creation of jobs. Like we should prepare entrepreneurs. Like now our government is also focusing on the entrepreneurship only. There are more number of people in our society and in our world, and the jobs are very less, and uh, and the people coming out of the graduates and educated people are very more. So if there are no jobs, then we should make people to create jobs. Like we should create entrepreneurs to for the society, and to give the employment to the uh, students.
So basically, the education is not just for job. The education is a knowledge to sustain yourself and make sure to others can sustain along with you. You can do anything. Either you do your own job or help each other. See what I came across recently in our place. I came to know there are many people who closed their businesses, who don't have jobs. People came out and they donated whatever they have with them, kind of rice or grocery or whatever. So they learn like sharing and taking care of the others. That is nothing but a knowledge, right? How to take care of the others at what level and what manner. It's not necessary to do a job and get money, then money only can do anything. No, right? So as you rightfully said, no jobs in the market doesn't mean that you should stop your education. Education is not for the job. Education is to gain knowledge and you survive yourself and make others to survive in the society and learn, continue your life. That's great, Akhil. You have really a great vision about the education and about the career things. That's really great. Bharat, you
Yeah.
are just coming into your graduation or you are doing your graduation, and what do you think that the future, I mean, what do you think the opportunities, what are all the opportunities emerged in this COVID situation, like other than the normal studies? So you are doing your second year graduation, if I'm not wrong,
Third year.
third year graduation, right? So which means you are in the final stage of your graduation. When you compare with your first year graduation and the third year graduations, what are the major challenges or the major changes you noticed in your education?
Too much depending upon the technology will vanish the opportunities for students, because most of the AI is introducing into private sectors and government sectors will no more able to going to have jobs for people.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the competition is too heavy. That means in a class only there will be more people
Mhm.
without knowing oneself to oneself. They will doing the different things about other than the education. They're going to learn new courses
You
and
mean
so.
compared to the last 2 years, the student interest is increased. It is turned into many other areas, not just
Yeah.
focusing on the education or the curriculum, what they have, they're focusing in many factors and they're exploring into many areas, right?
Yes.
That's really great thing, Bharat. And finally, for wrap up, Mrs. Rama, what do you think the role of teachers can remain in our educational system? What is the role of the teacher? I mean, for future?
Yeah, the teacher should completely change her role in the classrooms. Instead of chalk piece, we have to carry the gadgets. Yeah, the technology, blackboard or green board and a chalk piece. We also should handle the technology and we should get update and we should adopt it. We should accept the change because every change is a big challenge for a teacher. And we are working with the 21st century child. So the teacher should get updated. She cannot sit like an old teacher when I did the B.Ed, how I was. And she should be a good learner and she also should get updated through according the technology, how it is changing its face. In the same manner, the teacher also should be updated and she should make a child to be a 21st century educated person and should give a responsible citizen to the society. I feel so. Teachers should adopt the things. They should accept the change.
Change should
No,
come from teacher first and it should be taken, adopted and become a role model to the student. Yes, as you rightfully said, it's not only just a teacher role and it's the parents or whoever is around the child, whoever is around in the society, his individual role to take up the change, but use that change in the right manner, as Akhil earlier already said, rightfully said, use for the positive, use in a positive manner and, use, take the good things out of it. They're supposed to be good or bad, but always try to grab the good things. So that's great. And we had really a great session and there are so many take-ins out of this. Thank you so much, Rama,
Yeah,
Akhil and
wait.
Bharat.
Let me
yeah,
say one thing, a final word.
yeah, please.
Yeah, there is River Talks had a tagline, education is something. Education is everyone's business.
Yes, education is
Yeah,
everyone's
that
business.
means that means one individual, that means one child himself should be explore himself with the technology and the competitive world, and he must be educate himself. No one is going to educate him.
True, you are true. One should take their end, the initiative or the spirit or whatever you call from their end. That's what the thing we supposed to teach to the child, right? Thank you so much, Bharat, for your valuable quote at the end. That's really amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Just wait.